Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to Y'all Hearing This?
Woo!
Yes, my name is Honeybee, or you can call me B.
And I'm Kay. Thank you so much for joining us.
And that's Miss K if you nasty.
That's right.
And welcome. So this is our music appreciation podcast. Mm-hmm. And we also have a reaction video channel on YouTube. And it goes hand in hand with each other. Basically, the idea is we have a theme every week. And based off of that theme, we each pick a song and we listen to each other's song. And then in the podcast, we break down who made the song, the inspiration behind it, why we picked it. And you might hear, a couple of little stories here and there. And then, we have some fun and some, we get a little kiki on, It's fun. It's cool. And then, then we go from there.
Yeah. So we really would appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much for listening, watching on YouTube if you are. Hello.
Yes. What's up, YouTube?
We are going to be on every podcast site. Please find us wherever. We'd love it if you could rate and review us. That really would help us out.
Yes.
You'll see links to all of our socials below because we want to hear back from you. What does Pride mean to you? What song would you pick for this theme?
Yeah.
We really want to hear more from you.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, I did kind of already say.
Yeah.
But our theme this week is, of course, Pride.
Yes. Girl, what does Pride mean to you?
Oh, so many things. But I think it breaks down to, being open and able to be exactly who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel that. And I also feel that when it comes to Pride, it really is about walking in your truth. And it really is about knowing who you are as a person, knowing what you like, knowing what you don't like. I think it's just all about, at the end of the day, just really just rooting for you. And just really, just Pride is just such a wide-based idea, and it can mean so many different things to so many different people. And I think that's why the songs that we picked have really kind of defined the different versions of Pride. And so I'm definitely ready to get into it. So for you guys who saw the reaction video, my song was by the incredible Martha Walsh.
Oh, so amazing.
So if you guys don't know who Martha Walsh is a part of the Weather Girls, which was a really, really big group from, I would say, 70s, 80s. They did the song It's Raining Men. And then Martha Walsh has become an icon in the LGBTQIA community, and she has faced adversity as well, which also makes sense for her to be such an icon because she understands what it's like to go through that. And if you follow her career, you know that she's actually the voice that's behind CNC Factory. Yes. Like Gonna Make You Sweat. She also did what's that song? Everybody. I think she did Black Box. I'm pretty sure she did Black Box. But she's just that era of like the 90s dance music. Like that is her voice. And that was a really big time period for the LGBTQIA community. Really trying to step into their own, really starting to take ownership for themselves and the respect and the rights and just everything that we are rightfully deserved as anybody else. So her music was really the soundtrack for that. So the song that we chose was called, called Carry On. And it's from her debut album, and it came out in 1992. And it was produced by Eric Beale and Steve Skinner. And Eric Beale is also one of the songwriters. And the reason I picked this song is because, for me, Carry On, I was first introduced to it by seeing it on RuPaul's Drag Race. Shout out to RuPaul.
Yes.
It was RuPaul's Drag Race, and RuPaul actually talked about how this song really changed her way of thinking when it comes to dealing with just any obstacles in life. And adversity. So for me, this song really helped, not just with me being part of the LGBT. Whoa, see, I'm about to say it. See, trying to get all these letters, and we got to include everybody.
That's
okay?
Right. That's right.
LGP. Wait, I see. Tongue twister. Y'all heard it first. LGB. Wait.
TQIA+.
Child. Listen. This is why we here.
We can call it the queer community.
Yes.
I feel like everyone will come with us.
Okay, because I want to come correct.
Yes,
all right,
absolutely.
we want to come correct,
we
okay?
absolutely include everybody in that statement.
And if I don't come correct, Kay will get me together, okay? But the queer community, I think this song just really just speaks to us and speaks to me. And for me, I also use this song, not just being a part of the queer community, but also using it to help get through other obstacles I've been through, like when my mom passed away and family members and whatnot. So this song is just very powerful. I really hope that you guys really get to listen to it and really just take it in and listen to the words. Like she says in the beginning of the song, I stand alone in the eye of the storm. Pressure's all around trying to wear me down. But I hold tight to what I know is right. Still can hear the way Mama used to say, never let your spirit bend. Never give in to the end. I carry on. And it's so powerful. Like, it's just, it really is life-changing. It really helped me through a lot of tough times. And that's what music should do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what music was created to do. Music was created to move you, to move something within your spirit, not just your body, but like going on a deeper level. I don't know if y'all ready for that, but like going on a deeper level, you know what I'm saying? To move your spirit and to just move you and make you feel. And so that's what Carry On does for me.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing song. I love the message so much because I feel like, especially as queer people, especially as, feeling that otherness, and this kind of goes back to our favorite songs too.
Yeah.
You do have to find that inner strength within you and within the community.
Yes.
Which is such a huge thing.
Yeah.
And
that idea of pouring into it as they pour into you.
Yeah, and music is such a big part of that, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't think of a time when I couldn't go to some music, song to kind of, get me through something.
Yeah, to pull you out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or sometimes to place you in a situation that you need to be in, like to get the confidence. Yep. Like sometimes you need music to push you there, you know what I mean? So I completely get where you're coming from. Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, so what is your kind of like Pride experience, whatever you want to share with us?
So I feel like for me, my Pride experience, just in general, I think it was different growing up because I feel like this generation now, Pride is so much more, there's still a lot of progress that, has happened, but there's a lot more that needs to happen.
Oh, for sure.
And I do feel that this generation, not saying that they have it easier, I think that they have it's a little more accepted in certain instances. Yeah, there's some sort of understanding a little more.
I think there's more like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Openness, maybe?
Openness, but also visibility.
Come on, Pastor.
Yeah.
No, seriously, visibility.
Just the amount of more queer creators that are out there on YouTube, on TikTok, musically, even people who were in the closet and now are out, different things,
Yeah.
And having shows and movies and things like that don't just focus on the hurt and like the bad things that can happen when you're a part of the queer community. Yep. But also just focus on like the everyday. Yeah. Yeah. And it was started with like Will and Grace, Ellen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And it just...
But now, like, I don't know if you've seen Fire Island yet. It was a great movie on Hulu. It was so good. No. It was a Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice remake about like a group of gay guys and Margaret Cho.
Yes, I love it. I mean, come on.
Yeah. But it was so good because it wasn't about like the. No one got AIDS. No one died. No one.
It wasn't the stereotypical.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And that's what I love to see.
And we grew up in a time where that stereotypical was made to be so, you know what I mean? And I think so. My version of Pride growing up, it was a little tainted. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older, I feel like that I'm definitely living in my truth more than I ever have. I feel like that I am, becoming the person that I've always wanted to be and seen myself being. And I've, worked through a lot of the obstacles, definitely with the help of music, and with the help of the community. And so Pride to me is just very special because it really is not to say that we're trying to separate ourselves. And I've heard that said, like, when people talk about Pride, it's like your community you're separating. So I'm a Black person. And when I talk about being Black, I'm not sitting here saying I'm trying to separate myself. I'm saying from my own experience as a Black person, my own experience as a queer person. So not to say that we're trying to separate ourselves, but it's just to put it out there to let other people know that you're not alone. And there is a community.
Yeah, and also, you should absolutely be proud of yourself as a queer person. You should absolutely be proud of yourself as a Black person. And you should not even question it. Yeah.
And the fact that we have is just...
yeah, that's the thing, is like, you being proud of who you are is taking nothing away from anyone else in the world.
Period.
At all.
It literally does not affect anybody else's life.
Absolutely.
But,
so you know what I mean? Take that and you be whoever the heck you are, proudly, loudly, like, and that...
Period.
And, like, the people who you need in your life are going to be the ones that love you for that.
Yep. That's it. That's it. The people that are supposed to be there are going to be there, and the people that aren't are going to, one way or another, the universe is going to have them go out. You know what I'm saying? That's where your faith kicks in. Whatever, you could believe in whatever you want to believe in. Yeah. That will come to your rescue.
Yeah.
And get them out. So.
Yeah. And not to get into religion too much, but I'm sorry. If you don't believe in an all-loving being, whatever that may be.
Yep. Listen, you can say God, Buddha, whatever you choose to believe in, that is your pride.
Yeah.
That's your pride. Yep. Because that is literally, like, that represents you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And use that to go forward and to continue being just all encompassing of love and positivity, but also just understanding, and just use that to get you to the next step in your journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, pride is love.
Yes. Pride is love. I'm about to... This is what my pride... What would your pride face be? This would be my pride face.
That's funny. I was doing a yoga routine the other day, and it was for Pride, actually. If anyone uses the Apple Fitness Plus, I love Janelle. She's so amazing. But anyway, and they did power moves, and one person's was this, and like one person's was this. It was so funny. I loved it, and it was like, come up with your own. So mine was like kind of a combination.
Yes, listen. I think we should just give like a nice let's give like a nice 3-second pose. All right, this is our pride pose. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
So now you have to watch it on YouTube.
Yes.
To see the craziness that
you do. You do. Well, and after that, I feel we should just take a commercial break, girl. We'll be back after this.
Yes.
Nice little message.
Yeah, exactly. From your sponsors. Every corporation that tries to incorporate Pride. Because,
Clocked.
Yeah, well,
Do you know the time?
Yeah.
Clocked. Yeah. Oh, God.
All right. So, guys, so we will be back shortly. All right, guys, we are back.
Yes, we had to freshen up real quick.
That's right.
Yes.
Take the headphones off. Didn't need those on anymore.
I know, right? So, if you guys are just joining us back, we were talking about our theme of the week, which is Pride. Mm-hmm. Come on, Pride.
Come on, Pride.
Yes, and we're going to get into your song.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me all about it.
Yeah, so I picked Janelle Monae's Make Me Feel, which, if you haven't seen the reaction video, please go watch it.
Yeah.
It's such a good song, such a great song.
Yes.
So let's talk about the song a little bit first, and then we can kind of get into kind of my,
Yes, tell me.
So it was released in 2018. It's from her third album, Dirty Computer.
Yeah.
It was her first after a 3-year hiatus. Prince was an influence on the album, and he did work on it a bit before his death. Oh, so especially in this song, I hear that influence so much.
Oh my God.
So much. The little guitar.
Good. Yes.
So good. Yeah.
That's the vibe.
It almost has a little bit of disco-y kind of, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yes.
It's, so it's got that Prince sound.
Oh, it reminds me of Prince meeting like Donna Summers.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. And Janelle Monae, I mean, she's a great actress. Gorgeous. My goodness. Let me tell you, if you have not seen this video, go watch it. So it's all about her being bisexual.
Yes.
So the music video is directed by Alan Ferguson. It features Tessa Thompson.
Oh,
yes, I love her.
Okay.
So she dances with both Tessa and a man in the video. The colors of the bisexual pride flag are actually displayed in the overhead lighting.
I live.
And there's a whole part, at the end where she kind of goes,
It's
like
the
her
breakdown.
running back and forth between Tessa Thompson and the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Janelle.
It's so awesome. And let me tell you, she wears these pants in the video. Chris, I'm just gonna...
I know which ones you're going to say, because that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
Oh, my goodness.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Come on, Rosebud. Come on, Rose Petals.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah. So it's a great video.
Yes,
it actually got 2 nominations at the 35th MTV Music Awards for Best Art Direction and Best Editing, and then she performed the song at the 61st Grammys.
Yes. And murdered it. Yeah. I remember that performance. I was so just
yeah.
She's like a little like just ball of energy.
Yeah, she really is. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And Dirty Computer, it was released also with a 46-minute narrative film project of the same name.
No way.
Yeah, and she actually had 2 nominations at the Grammys, including Album of the Year. Yeah, I read that, and I haven't watched it, but I'm going to, because I think it's kind of a little bit like Lemonade.
Yes, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Lemonade by the...
Great Beyond.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do we even need to say
it? Do we even need to say it?
Yeah.
Shit.
So there are some other musicians on the record, on the album. Zoe Kravitz, Pharrell Williams, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
No way.
Yep, and Stevie Wonder even, too.
Wow. You said Grimes is on there?
Yep.
Wow.
Not the specific song, but on the album.
But like on the album. That's, oh, wow.
Yep. Yeah, so I kind of, I'm trying to remember when I even heard the song first. I knew her probably as an actress first. And then, I can't remember where I heard it, but just fell in love with it and then just started listening to a bunch of other music, and it's so good.
She's such a dynamic artist. She's one of those artists, and this is why I love that you brought her, because you remind me of her as a person, because she's very dynamic. Like she can literally create music that will reach out to you, reach out to me. It could reach out to someone that listens to, let's say, hardcore hip hop, you know what I mean? Underground hip hop, or maybe listens to somebody else who only listens to classical music. She has these interludes on her albums that are very like majestical, and it's just like, she answered. So it's just like, I can see how the connection between you relating to Janelle and what made you pick her song is just because you guys really like have a similarity to you.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I love too that she has such like a feminist vibe. Like a lot of her songs have this really like huge female empowerment kind of
the pants.
The pants too, yeah. But just it's great, it's great to really see that, and, as a Black woman and like a queer Black woman, it's amazing to see her like
and to influence
step into
people
her
like
own
that.
and just become like so powerful, be so powerful,
She's just, I was going to ask you like, so you picking this song, Janelle's talking about the way somebody makes her feel and she's going back and forth. Did you go through that when you were developing into who you are as a person and you're finding your pride?
Yeah.
Were you going through the make me feel phase where it's like, I don't know who I want, or I want both and I'm not going to apologize for it? Like, spill the tea. Tell me.
So I identified as bisexual for a really long time. Mostly because I had never heard the word pansexual before, which is what I identify as now.
Yes.
So Yeah, I kind of always knew
Yeah.
that I liked girls and boys. I really loved, when I watched movies and things like that. I knew I was always really attracted to the guys, but also the girls.
Yeah.
And, experimenting with friends growing up and things like that.
Yes, playing Doctor.
Exactly,
Let's play house.
Exactly. Yes.
The days of growing up and learning who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as I got older and just came into more contact with the world, and as we were talking about with your song, just visibility being more, I don't think I had ever met, knowingly, like a transgender person until I was probably in my 20s.
I actually can completely agree with you, because I was
I may have and just didn't know.
Yeah.
And
facts. So I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
True.
And I just had never even heard the term pansexual until a few years ago, maybe.
I'm sitting here thinking, yeah.
And so I just realized that, like, who I'm attracted to is, like, the soul, the person inside.
Yes.
Like, the body just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And not to say, like, I don't have, like, preferences.
Right. Because we like what we like. We all like what we like.
Yeah.
Shit.
But at the same time, like, the genitals don't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Whatever gender identity expression, whatever it may be, it's all about, like, who that person is what attracts me to them.
Yeah, and how they hold themselves up and their core beliefs, and, like, all of that is what it sounds like you're more attracted to. Whereas I feel like a lot of people in our community, in the queer community, we've been so stereotyped to be all about looks. And I think that's the idea of pansexual. It's like, I don't think I've ever heard of it until a few years ago, because, again, like, being a part of this community, the downside to it is that there are stereotypes, just like in any other community.
Yeah.
And it just so happens with the queer community, I've always, for the most part, been about looks.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is I've just become so much more aware of, like, gender identity. That, it was never a discussion. Like, I grew up, I was a tomboy. You know what I mean? Or, like, if a boy liked girls or whatever, or if a boy liked dolls is what I meant to say. Or, whatever, But there is such a spectrum.
Yeah. It's so much bigger than that.
Absolutely. There's so many different things. And I think, pansexual is the best word to describe what I am as an orientation. But gender identity, I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And so
Come on, gumbo.
Yeah.
Come on, gumbo.
And so I think labels are, like, important in a way to kind of find other people who feel similarly, but at the same time too can be limiting.
I feel that.
And they change. Like I just said, I went from bisexual to I was always pansexual.
Right.
I just didn't know.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
Because you were growing into it.
Yeah,
you were growing in and you were finding yourself. Which at the end of the day, if I feel like a lot of people that have pride in whatever you do, but specifically we're talking about queer community, I feel like that all of us, it was a journey to find who we are. Absolutely. And what we like. Definitely. And so I think that you were a little bit of everything. You were pansexual, you're bisexual, you're everything. I feel like anybody in this queer community, I feel like at the end of the day, we all, every single one of us, are each definition and label of what make us who we are.
Yeah.
Every one of us. I am a lesbian. I am transgender. I am everything because my pride is to represent my community. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I get that. That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. That was a good song choice.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So we've been talking a lot about Pride, and we've definitely been talking about like kind of the celebration of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually do a segment called Say What, which is kind of like a news story of the week. And last week we did kind of a funny one, but this week I did want to talk a little bit about something that I think is really important to talk about when we're talking about Pride.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to Pride, and not just Pride, but just in life, everything is a balance. Mm-hmm. And you can't have all the good without the bad. Yeah. In my opinion. I feel like that there needs to be some sort of balance, because I feel like if you're that high up, like, God forbid if you fall, it's like if you don't have that even balance, it's like you don't know how you're going to get back up. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you have to go through those things in order and learn from them and take away lessons that will keep you humbled and also keep you knowledgeable on what's really happening in the world and within your community. So I think there needs to be an even balance. So Pride is awesome and it's fun and our music's super fun, but also there's a serious side to it as well.
Absolutely. And I mean, even with the history of it, you know, I think that, I mean, I know I personally am so lucky in my family, in my, you know, home, my friends, you know, that I feel safe.
Yes.
That I feel accepted.
Yes.
That I feel, and I know so many people don't have that, which just breaks my heart. Yeah. And oh my goodness, if some of you do not have that, please come to me. Yes, I will be an auntie. I will be anything you need, because that's, yeah. And so one thing I did want to talk about in this, and I will say, quick trigger warning, I am going to be talking about violence and death. So
if that's a thing, just you might skip forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, please do if you just can't. So what I wanted to talk about specifically is so far this year in 2022, there have been 14 people who have been killed amongst the transgender and gender non-conforming community. And I wanted to just briefly, you know, give their names and talk a little bit about them.
Yes.
And so I did get this from the Human Rights Campaign.
Okay.
And just a preface to, this is people that we know of. Yes. Sometimes this just doesn't get reported.
Facts.
So.
Come on. Yes. Keep it all the way 100.
And the majority of these people were Black and Latinx transgender women. And it's such a horrible thing, you know.
That's so awful.
And in 2021, there were 50 that they tracked. Yeah.
Jesus.
So let's get into some of them. So we have Lesh, she, her, hers, a young Black transgender woman. She graduated from Woodland Hills High School in Wilkinsburg, that's bordering Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She was a dancer and a beloved coach for the Lady Diamonds, which was a hip-hop and majorette dance team. I'm sorry, I will say we'll put a link in the description below so you can go and see these beautiful photographs as well. Yes. We have Duvall Princess, she, her, hers. Duvall Princess was just beginning to live as her authentic self at the time of her death. She was a well-known hairstylist and active member of the LGBTQ plus community in Jacksonville, Florida, where she was killed. Family members, friends, and clients remembered her on social media days after her passing, referring to her as being so sweet and genuine. We have Cyprus Ramos, a 21-year-old Latina trans woman, loved her local LGBTQ plus community in Lubbock, Texas, and she was tragically found dead on February 13th this year. Naomi Skinner, a 25-year-old Black transgender woman, was described by a friend as being a very outstanding person. Her sister said Naomi lived a fabulous life, and Naomi was fatally shot by her boyfriend on February 12th near Detroit in Highland Park, Michigan. Matthew Angelo Spampinato, a 21-year-old white trans man, was a victim of a hit-and-run car crash in Newcastle, Delaware on February 9th. Spampinato worked as a barista at Starbucks and was described as bright and kind by employees. One coworker said he was always so selfless. He would always ask how everyone was doing, even when he wasn't having a good day himself. We have Paloma Vasquez, a Latina transgender woman living in Houston, Texas. She was a member of the Organización Latina de Trans on Texas, an organization for Latina trans women based in Houston. She was fatally shot on February 22nd. On social media, the founder of the organization wrote, "Fly high, Paloma, and may the hatred of this world never reach you again. Rest in peace."
Oh my gosh.
Tatiana Labelle, a 33-year-old black transgender woman, was a Chicago native who was loved by her friends and family. She was a fan of Mariah Carey and Patti LaBelle.
Yes! Mariah and Patti!
I'm sorry, guys.
Yes!
On March 18th, LaBelle was found dead in Chicago. Although details are currently unclear, her death has been ruled a homicide and detectives are continuing to investigate.
Oh.
Catherine Katie Newhouse, a 19-year-old Asian-American neurodivergent transgender woman, was an Illinois native who had a passion for hiking, sightseeing, and advocating for trans rights. On March 19th, she was killed by her father in Georgia before he died by suicide using the same weapon.
Jesus.
Kenyatta Kesha Webster, a black transgender woman, was found dead in Jackson, Mississippi on March 26th. She had just turned 24 years old in February. On April 1st, more than 100 people attended the balloon release honoring Webster. There, Webster's mother passionately called for justice for her daughter's death. She had plenty of love. She didn't deserve that. Mia Love Parker, a 25-year-old black trans woman, was fatally shot in Chester, Pennsylvania on April 1st. She was a bright light in many lives and was also a fan of Pose. Ariana Mitchell, a black trans girl, is recalled by her family as truly unique, funny, and loved by everyone. She was killed on April 2nd in Hampton, Virginia. Fern Feather, who used both she, hers, and they-them pronouns, was kind and free-spirited. The 29-year-old trans woman was known to bring joy to everyone around. Her friends remember her making others feel valued wherever she went. Fern Feather was killed in Morristown, Vermont on April 12th. Ray Muscat, who worked at a grocery store, was described by coworkers as a kind soul who had a glowing smile. On May 8th, Muscat was shot and killed by his girlfriend in Independence Township, Michigan. According to police reporters, Muscat's girlfriend also killed her brother, and her body was found the next day. She died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Nedra Sequence Morris, a 50-year-old black transgender woman, was strong, feisty, opinionated, and loved talking to her many friends on the phone. On May 14th, Morris was fatally shot in Opa-locka, Florida. More than 100 people held a vigil at an intersection where Morris's body was found. A cousin spoke at the memorial stating, "We pray that God speaks to us. We don't go out with a vengeance, that we know justice will be served." And I just want to say that I rest in peace, rest in power.
All of those beautiful souls.
Absolutely. And I just want everyone to take a moment and remember them and just try and put all the love you can out in the world for their friends and family.
Yeah. I think this is just a testament to why pride is so important to us.
Yes.
Why we need, we need to change a lot of things within this country, within the world. Because don't get it twisted. It's just not us here in the U.S. that is dealing with this. This is happening worldwide, and the devastation is uncanny. But, this is definitely a way to pay homage, and this episode is about just spreading awareness of pride, realizing that there is good and bad, but also that at the end of the day, we are a community, and we need to protect one another.
Absolutely.
And we cannot keep letting this happen. And if anybody that is not within our community, if you are truly supporters of the queer community, it is your job and responsibility
to
advocate for
and
us. Fight.
Yep.
Point blank period.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's so frustrating to hear all of that. It really is. But thank you for bringing awareness to that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll put some links below to a couple places you can donate if you feel you'd like to. There's some great organizations out there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely help out and just do what you can. Yeah. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, we're living in really tough times right now. We've been through a lot over the last couple of years, and the queer community has been through a lot for decades. And at the end of the day, we just really need to be there for each other.
Absolutely.
And, I really hope that this episode inspires you to take that step to just make a difference.
Definitely.
I love you, girl.
I love you too. Thank you so much for doing this with me.
Yes, always. You're the best. Until next time, y'all.
Yes, we will see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for joining us.